Today we will be talking about cancer and cancer cells. Let's start with a brief introduction to cancer. Cancer is a disease in which cells grow and spread uncontrollably throughout the body. I'm sure you've heard of different types of cancer, like lung cancer or skin cancer. These names usually indicate where the cancer cell forms. For example, lung cancer cells form in the lungs. Approximately 39.5% of people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime, making it a very common disease. Now let's take a closer look at the cancer cells that cause this prevalent disease. Cancer cells are quite different from normal cells in many different aspects. One of the most defining features of a cancer cell is its uncontrollable growth. Cancer cells ignore signs that come from the brain and tell them to stop dividing. This is caused by mutations in their DNA that accelerate their cell division. Now, what's so bad about accelerated cell division? Well, this causes an influx of cells, which can cause harmful tumors. When damaged cells die, new cells usually take their place. However, in the cancer cell situation, damaged cells will continue to multiply, even when they're not supposed to. This results in clumps of tissue called tumors. This influx of cells also undermine the immune system because they use up nutrients that would usually go into sustaining other cells. They take away from normal, healthy cells that need the nutrients to function properly in the body. Normal and cancer cells are both very different. First, normal cells only grow when they receive signals from the brain. However, as I mentioned earlier, cancer cells grow in disregard to such signals. Second, normal cells have a normal DNA and a normal number of chromosomes, while cancer cells have an abnormal number of chromosomes and mutated DNA. Finally, normal cells perform their assigned function, whether it be carrying oxygen through the body or help sustain the immune system. However, cancer cells are usually dysfunctional and do not perform a certain job. Now let's take a look at the role cancer cells play in a specific type of cancer. Lung cancer is the third most common cancer types and one of the deadliest, as it is the main cause of cancer-related deaths in the U.S. Lung cancer starts at the lungs, where genetically mutated and damaged cells multiply uncontrollably when they are not supposed to. This can lead to a tumor being formed in the lungs. This tumor causes a variety of problems, such as causing breathing difficulty or spreading to other parts of the body. Generally, according to Hopkins medicine, these tumors harm the respiratory system by blocking airways, putting pressure on the lungs, and causing inflammation. This can lead to heart problems due to the circulation interruption. Cancer doesn't start right away and immediately start eating at your body. It has stages that lead to multiple tumors growing in the systems. The first step of cancer is called initiation. In this stage, cells become mutated through genetics or over time as the person gets older. Next comes promotion and progression. In promotion, these mutated cells divide uncontrollably and become tumors. After that, they spread throughout the body and invade nearby tissue and lymph nodes. This is called progression. The last step is called metastasis. In this stage, tumors travel through lymph nodes and blood vessels to reach other parts of the body, where the tumor will continue to multiply, eventually spreading everywhere. Though the spreading of malignant tumors may seem very difficult to fix, there are actually several ways certain types of cancer can be treated. Like the stages of cancer, there are 3 steps that go into cancer treatment. The first step is surgery. Surgery is used to treat tumors that have not spread and are easy and safe to reach. Radiation therapy is the next step, where cancer cells are exposed to high levels of radiation. This method is effective on large tumors that haven't spread, but it might have side effects including nausea and hair loss. Finally, the final step in cancer treatment is chemotherapy. This is when patients are given drugs to prevent further cell division, and it is used on tumors that spread throughout the body. This treatment often comes with severe side effects that damage tissue. Now let's wrap things up with a review. Cancer is a type of disease where cells divide uncontrollably, invading other parts of the body. Cancer comes from certain cells called cancer cells, which are genetically mutated and damaged cells that ignore signals from the brain that tell them to stop dividing. These cancer cells can develop into tumors that interrupt the body system, like how lung cancer cells affect the respiratory system. Cancer cells undermine the immune system by using up nutrients that other cells need to survive. Cancer has 3 stages: initiation, where cells first become mutated; promotion and progression, where cells divide, become tumors, and invade nearby tissue; and finally, metastasis, where tumors travel through lymph nodes and blood vessels to spread throughout the body. Thank you for listening to how cancer cells affect the body, and I hope you learned more about this topic.